Hey, you amazing people out there, Terry Fossum here. Let me ask you a question. Has fear ever held you back from anything? Maybe even paralyzed you? Now, it could be a business type thing, sure. Maybe going for a new business. Maybe it was a personal thing, somebody you wanted to talk to, but you're afraid of. Maybe just trying something new and fear held you back. If so, listen to this story. The date was August 5th, 1864, and the American Civil War was raging on. Admiral David G. Farragut was tasked to attack the Confederate stronghold at Mobile Bay, the final critical port on the Gulf of Mexico. Now, this was considered a suicide mission by many. As though it was guarded by Confederate fleet less in number, it was also guarded by the not one, but three great forts and the massive guns that went with them. Perhaps even worse, the bay was littered with mines, known then as torpedoes, that could sink a ship in one tragic blast. That was it. A weathered war veteran, Admiral Farragut, ordered all of his ships to tie themselves 2 by 2, a larger vessel with a smaller vessel. So if one were hit with a torpedo, the other one had a hope of keeping it from sinking. So the attack began, and the worst possible scenario happened immediately. One of the first ships that entered the bay, the Tecumseh, hit a torpedo and sank immediately. Wow, the smoke from the fire and the guns filled the entire bay, so much that no one could see even from one ship to the next. Confusion, panic, screams of men filled the air. All of the ships stopped where they were for fear of being the next to hit the torpedo and being sent to their watery graves below. They were frozen in place, not taking any action at all. And they were being ripped apart by the guns of the forts of the ironclad Tennessee, picking them off like sitting ducks. But Admiral Farragut did what every good leader would do. He rose above the confusion, the mayhem, the dread that filled the men around him. In fact, literally, because he tied himself to the top of the mast where he could see above the smoke, and seeing that his entire armada was frozen in fear, set his masts at full and charged into the battle yelling at the top of his lungs, "Damn the torpedoes! Full speed ahead!" The armada followed his lead and charged into battle, taking the victory and beating the final stronghold for the Confederate Army. Damn the torpedoes! Full speed ahead. Look past the challenges, look past the fear, look past the smoke and all the things that would confuse you and take your eye off the goal. Look past them, full speed ahead. So let me ask you, what is it that's been holding you back? What is it that's giving you that fear, that's maybe frozen you in place? And as long as you're in place, let's face it, all the negativity of the world is firing away at you and tearing you down and eventually will sink you. What I want you to do now, when you think about whatever's been holding you back, is I want you to go, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, and go for it. I know you've got it in you. I know you do. Now get out there and do it. If this has been helpful at all for you, please like, comment, follow, and share. There might be somebody else out there that would like to see this as well. Either way, thank you for joining me, and have an amazing day.